All right, it's time to finally get back to the X-Files. Jesus Christ, I've taken quite the little break from this. And I actually watched this episode like a week ago, so bear with me if my memory isn't perfect. This is season 2, episode 3, entitled Blood. So we got the actor who played J.F. Sebastian from Blade Runner in this, and he plays a character named Ed. And Ed starts hallucinating and seeing that machines are telling him to kill. There's even a scene where a ATM is telling him some stuff, and it took me right back to Maximum Overdrive. That's one of the funniest things. I love that scene with King there. Told me to go fuck myself or whatever. Oh man, so funny. So let's see here. Mulder's hair. I know, guys. Bear with me. The hairdresser in me, I can't help it. Mulder's hair in this episode is horrendous. It's so fluffy. It's like put some fucking product in there. Jesus Christ, man. That's like wash and wear. Terrible, terrible. His hair is too fluffy for me. I can't take it. And this chick goes in to get her car from this mechanic, and this guy is working on her car in like the complete dark with some light on it. I thought Thor, played by frickin' Vincent D'Onofrio, was gonna walk out from Adventures in Babysitting. It was absurd. When I saw, I was like, this guy's just working in pitch black. There's no lights on in the entire place. He just has a headlamp on the car. Maybe that's how mechanics do it, but really, that seems dangerous. It just was funny when she walked in. It's like, really, the complete dark? I've seen that in a lot of movies. I think that's even in like when Stanley Ipkiss goes to get his car. Like anytime they're trying to make a mechanic look seedy and like he's trying to swindle you or something, it seems to like cut out all the lights and they just have like one light on the car. Yeah, I was talking about The Mask with Jim Carrey, by the way. Stanley Ipkiss. Smoking. And I mean, what's really sad about this episode is that the people in this are really the victims too. Like, there's really no villain in this except for the drug itself, the DDT or whatever the hell stuff is. I mean, Ed is a victim. The chick who kills the guy at the gas is a victim. At the end of this, like she loses her life. Ed lives, but he's gonna get convicted of fucking murder and probably put on death row. I mean, this is a guy who pulled a Charles Whitman, went up to a bell tower and started just sniping people on a college. Reminded me also of Higher Learning. You guys ever see that? Michael Rappaport. I love Michael Rappaport. Which reminds me, I still haven't watched season 2 of Atypical because I don't got any goddamn time. Netflix, stop with all the damn shows. Okay, don't stop with all of them, seriously. When I was sitting there at the end, I was like, is Ed gonna get a fair trial? Like, is Mulder gonna go? Because Mulder goes, like, let's take Toombs, for instance, and Mulder's there at his trial, and he's claiming all sorts of wacky shit to try to put Toombs away. Is Mulder gonna go into Ed's case and fight for him and give all of his wacky testimony to try to keep him out of jail? Because this seems extremely unfair and no one's believing this shit, right? My head keeps hitting my new mic. Podcast coming soon. But yeah, I don't know. We got the lone gunman in here, which is always great to see them. And we got the footage of the DDT back in like the 50s or whatever. Oh my god, if that's probably real footage, and if it is, fuck, it is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying that people would just sit there and take a whole blast of like smoke and shit in their face and just be like, yeah, the scientists said this was perfectly safe. And back then people were very open for, like, they very much wanted that like push button age, and they thought that, I don't know. It was an interesting time. People were very gullible, and I don't know. I'm not going to speak too much on that. Mostly because I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. I tried to just play it off like I was like, oh, I'm not going to get into this long thing. And it's like, I didn't even know what I was talking about. So I tried to make it look like I was more intelligent than I was there. And I don't. I'm not. Okay? The one thing that didn't really make any sense to me was, and this might just be passed off as his paranoia, but Ed is told by the bus electronic thing that he needed to get off, that there was cops waiting from the bus stop, which is true, or wherever at the bus stop where it was going. And so he got off and he went off and he went up in the bell tower, like, without going to the stop he was going to go to himself. He was supposed to go somewhere else to shoot up that place, but he decided to go, take a detour to do something else. Okay, so this was supposed to just be a hallucination. It's not actually has any insight. It's not actually working the way he's seeing it is. But it seemed to have some inside information. So that kind of was like, is it just paranoia? Is that what we're led to believe here? Because if so, that's fine. I don't know. For me, I was sitting there like, how does he know that? He's just guessing? So I don't know. Because that's all supposed to be in his head. And even Mulder's affected by this, so he can testify in there. And I'm sure they could test his blood and see he has this shit in him, and go and check Ed's blood as well. It's a bummer when that chick gets killed trying to kill Mulder, and he's like screaming at the cop, like, no, like he's like, I could have stopped her or whatever, and it's not her fault. Like, you just killed a woman, basically, who is innocent. It doesn't seem like she is, but I don't know. This is a sad episode. Like, these people are not monsters. They're just victims. They got, some chemicals in them, and it made them kill. That's terrifying. That's terrifying to me. Losing control of my, ability to dictate my actions and make rational decisions and not have no ability to, like, stay my hand or any of that stuff. Oh my God, that is so scary. Because you could, like, watch yourself murder a loved one or something. Ugh, it's a horrendous thought. And then especially once it wears off and you just got to live with what you did, because you were gonna remember it. Oh, no way. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully I get to watch another episode tonight, but I'm not sure. But hey, at least I'm back on track here. I'm doing X-Files again. So, all right, guys.